All right, so here's what the game plan is. You're supposed to ask all the craziest questions you've ever asked that is inside Portlandia and even outside Portland. Just ask it, because when we walk, the most important part is we're training several people here. We're training visually for inspectors who do not want to get on these fire escapes, how to visually identify something that's structurally unsound and something that has not been kept painted. So they're visual only. So from down below, or they open up a door and they open up a window and they look outside. So we may go over here to the fire tower here, or do it last when we finally come back. But otherwise, you're going to be looking. The second one that we're going to be teaching is how to become an inspector, whether you're, and we want to get the bag from outside, the hammer test, and show you what the hammer test would be, just to show you how you look underneath, how you look above, how you take all the photographs. So that's the second group we're going to be teaching, is how, and not full teaching, guys, you know, it's sort of just kind of going over the basics. And then the third one is going to be the vendors. What are the vendors supposed to be doing? Because a lot of times the vendors, what happens is the owners show up and say, but then the workers come up and just do it totally different anyway than what was really told to be done. So as we walk around, you're going to be able to get really onto a fire escape close by, and then in some cases we're going to be underneath it, we have to look up. In some cases we're going to have to point across the street. And with the little knowledge you're going to get, you will know immediately whether that fire escape has original hardware, any evidence of rust jacking, any spalling, and all those things will violate a fire escape to the next process. Not the pass-fail. Remember, the pass-fail is the visual part, even for all the inspectors, to say, what is the problem? And we've identified there is a problem with a photograph, with a video. What's the problem? But it doesn't tell you where it is and how many exist. That's a full detailed walkthrough, and sometimes you have to bring ladders, you have to bring all this other stuff with you to do a 2, 3, 5 hour investigation of what a repair report is going to be, so that it goes to the city, again, back to the original writer of the violation. Once he's got that, somebody's got this under control, it's going to go through permit process, do its thing, and then it has to do its final walk back, and then he will accept. Fire escape is certified by load test. Fire escape has been certified by other evidence of strength. Fire escape may or may not be pushed through with political will, with an opinion affidavit with disclaimers of liability.
It happens.
Got it? And so that's all we're going to talk about. It's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better than what we did 10 years ago.
True.
Got it? So that's all it is. This is not the perfect, but we're going to sort of share information with you with what everybody else is doing out there, what other engineers are doing, what other vendors are doing, what other painters are doing. It's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better. And this is one of the few states that finally took it to the next level, and that is they changed the state law. With that document there, it's very close to what we've just talked about in this room. There's been a little bit of pollution added to it, but that's okay. That's why you need to test drive it, kick it around, get some more feedback. And there's a revision that comes up every 3 years, correct?
In the fire code.
Yeah, so it's due for a quick little, you know, and if not this time, the next time. And it needs your input that says, this doesn't work, but this does. Well, that's working great, you should continue keeping it and reinforcing. So without feedback, they can't modify the fire escape code. So there's no right answers, there's no wrong answer. This is Portlandia. If you don't know what's going on, just make something up, right? It all works, right?
Improvise.
Improvise and send it up the pipe and see what comes out of the what do you call this?
MacGyver it.
Run up the standpipe.
Call it cowboy.
Let's run it up the standpipe. Come on, guys, let's go do something.